The greatest privilege of an ombudsman is to be able to make a meaningful difference to people's lives. The most powerful way I can affect change is through the recommendations I make to the organisations I investigate. Since 2018, I have made 109 recommendations across 17 public reports, with 98% accepted. In some cases, the acceptance proves only to be token, but others have led to organisations openly acknowledging where they went wrong and doing it better. My work in the past 2 years has spanned 4 key areas: protecting human rights, dealing with improper conduct in the public sector, improving public administration, and acting as an independent commissioner for administrative investigations. Human rights promote essential protections for everyone, including those in detention. This formed the basis of 2 major investigations focusing on solitary confinement. We investigated the case of Rebecca, who was unfit to stand trial but spent 18 months in prison because there was nowhere else for her to go. Since my investigation, Rebecca was admitted to a specialist secure hospital unit, and there have been noticeable improvements in her welfare. People paid from the public purse must act in the public interest. While most strive to meet the standards we expect of them, a small minority exploit their position for personal gain. I published 3 reports arising from whistleblower complaints, which exposed poor conduct across a range of organisations. I conducted 2 investigations as a result of large numbers of complaints uncovering systemic issues in the delivery of public services. I found that State Trustees had failed some of the most vulnerable people in Victoria. State Trustees accepted that finding. The government provided extra funding, and I'm pleased to see they are working hard to achieve the changes I called for. I investigated WorkSafe for a second time as a result of continued complaints suggesting not enough had changed after my first report. I found the failings had not been fixed. Indeed, my first report had barely scratched the surface. These investigations highlight the human cost of systemic failures. These cases affect the lives of people often at their most vulnerable. Recommendations must deliver real change. I hold many powers of the Royal Commission, which enable me to investigate matters referred by Parliament and elsewhere. My investigation into the involvement of a child sex offender at Puffing Billy uncovered historical failures of state organisations to protect young victims from his abuse. The state government made a formal apology to victims and survivors in November 2019. The government's response to this report highlights the difference between the token and the real. We can all contrast an authentic response, which this was, from one where a box is merely being ticked. Memo to box tickers. The problems will not go away. It's in your interest and in the community's interests to fix them. And until then, the Ombudsman will stay on your case.